So, last time y'all made your way back to the town and found out a couple of other things were going on, checked in on your ship, um, and had ultimately decided that there was essentially two things that needed to happen, going ahead and asking around and seeing about the Haxian brood and trying to find out a little bit more about them, and then trying to get parts for some of the schematics and parts needed for your ship. The end of last session, all of you had gone up to the top of the crater to kind of interrogate a newly landed ship that was kind of forced up there as the landing bays are full. Had an interesting interaction. And the captain of that ship is a little bit odd compared to the normal natives of this town and comers and goers of this planet. And kind of dropped that you guys had not been super stealthy in how you'd been handling things, as she went back on her ship and kind of dismissed all of you after paying a bribe to get you to go away. And so you all are heading back down the canyon wall into the city. Anybody have any thoughts on where you're going now? What you want to do? What you want to say?
Well, we can't really storm the hut without a fee.
Oh, it's still not a good idea.
You know what I mean.
Well, do I?
I'm saying we can't do Operation Talk to the Hut without
fair.
our talking person.
Yeah.
No, you're right. You're right. I mean, we have some parts of what we need, right?
In regards to building things?
In regards to fixing the ship, right?
Yeah, you have some of the things you need. You still do not need. You still don't have that essential piece, but you guys, from the schematics that you've seen and the parts that you got from the crash ship, think that you have enough that you can possibly build it, or build essentially a band-aid to it, in addition to some other things that you found kind of odd schematics for.
So could we go and do what we can with what we have so far, prep it, I guess, unless the pieces.
You still need some more pieces to be able to actually get off the ship, or off the planet, I should say. So you have to either go barter, beg, or buy from somewhere to get the last finishing touches of what you need.
Well, is there anyone we don't care about who we could steal from? Who isn't the hut?
Well, see, there goes my idea.
Also, as typical ZDM behavior, I forgot the one thing. Everybody roll your single white die.
Well,
All right.
we gotta do the force glance.
Looks right.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! That's good shit.
Okay, so that should be in the pool now. 4 light side points and 1 dark side point. That's a really good starting point. So, really all you guys have managed to talk to thus far in the town, as far as people that you know at this point, is the hut, some of the landing bay workers, the Void Walker stable lady, and then the 2 cantinas in town.
So we've been to the stables, or is that a different place for
Yes, that's the stables. So
we've been to these places.
Yep. You've been to this cantina down here.
Mm-hmm.
and there's another cantina up here. This one
Yeah.
was the first one that you went into.
Yep.
This was the one that you went into recently.
Gotcha. Did we not go to the junk shop already?
No, you've not gone to the junk shop.
Why don't we go to the junk shop? Like, I thought that would be one of the first places we stopped aside from Hut Place to go get parts for ship.
That was, I believe, where Risha and Marcy were planning on going, but Risha is not here. So,
We could go to the off-world traders then instead of taking that line.
so you would know enough that junk shop is going to be a place where you might find parts, you might not, because it is just kind of whatever they can find. It's kind of like a scrapyard. On these backworld planets, a junk shop is just whatever they can get their hands on that they think they can sell. But it is, the key word is sell. Off-world world traders is going to be a place where maybe you might find stuff, yeah, but it's either going to be very expensive or they're going to actually want a trade or a barter more than a buy.
We don't have anything to really trade.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello! Thank God the face is here. We were about to start talking to people, and oh God, it was gonna go bad.
All right, what's up?
So we were just establishing like what happened last time. You got back to the city. The party split up, but then we're retconning the split up because Jin is not here for Risha and Marcy to both go together someplace. So Marcy was with you. You talked to the captain at the top of the crater.
We sure did.
It was interesting, and she kind of dismissed y'all with a bribe and a hint that you guys were not sneaky at all, and sent you back down the crater. And so you guys are discussing where to go as you're going back down the side of the crater. Joe,
Okay.
do you want to put back out what you were saying?
Yes, so my initial proposed theory was to go to the junk shop or off-world traders to look for parts because we hadn't already been there, but the shop was going to be where Marcy and
Risha?
Marcy and Risha were going to go. So instead, I had suggested instead of doing that, we go to the off-world traders, but we don't really have anything to barter or haggle with. Do we? Do we have gear that we can haggle with aside from my lightsaber? I can feel you looking at my lightsaber.
The junk shop is the place that will be selling stuff, but it's questionable as to what they would have. Off-world traders, if they are willing to sell, it'll be much more expensive, or they will want to barter or trade instead of sell.
All right. We didn't get very much stuff from the ship that we raided, right?
Not enough. Not enough stuff. We've got like, 80% of what we need. We're missing the last crucial component that'll get us off world.
Oh, I more meant like for bartering.
Oh. I would
we
assume the
got
only thing
very
we got
much.
was the salvage to repair the ship.
You got some of the salvage. You got some data pads that Risha took. You got schematics. You got little bits of information. I'll say that you managed, if you want, you could have picked up some, possibly if you guys would have thought, of course, this is if you think your character would have thought to, picked up some just kind of good looking pieces of scrap metal that might be worth something to somebody.
The iffy that I imagined before the campaign started definitely would have started to do that. The iffy I've been playing, I don't know.
There are two different iffies.
Roll a die,
There are two
even
iffies
odds.
inside you.
Inside everyone there are two Imaginized. Let me take a look. It would help if I joined the Roll20 bit. Sorry about that. I just
No, you're
sat
good.
down.
Another thought that I had is, I thought we had gone into the shanty town at some point before we got onto the Voidwalkers.
Voidwalkers.
Yeah, Voidwalkers.
No, you were in
So-
the like workman's cantina, which is over here,
Gotcha. Okay.
right outside the slag works.
Then we could go, like, just fucking start looking at stuff. Go to the slag works or that shanty town.
That's an Iphigenia I did not think to get the scrap metal there. I think this shantytown's not a bad idea. We might be able to maybe there get stuff for cheaper that we can flip into stuff for the off-world trader if we really want to. And if we're looking for information and whatnot, I think it wouldn't be a bad idea to head there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down for whatever. Uh, aside from attacking the Hut Palace.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. We can maybe attack the brewery eventually, but that the Hut Palace, they were onto the fucking teeth.
I will say Joe in principle would love to attack the Hut Palace because it would be so ridiculously over the top and fun. Kane would never want to do it. I also have a fear that Z will just kill us if we try that. So we have to at least
Let's have like fucking
try to stack the deck in our favor before we do the thing where the DM's like, okay, I'll kill you now.
huts have like fucking 4 to 5 soak naturally or some shit. We're not killing that hut.
Oh shit.
Yeah, huts in this huts because of the lore around them and where they are in like the politics of things. I will just go ahead. Huts are very, very hard to kill. Very hard to kill. Just by themselves, not even considering a palace full of people.
Also, Piper, really cool Roll20 icon. The Banshee is an absolute cutie. If you are on FGO NA, I should send you my friend code later.
I'm not, but I do keep up with like the lore and the stuff
Nice.
because I am a Fate fan.
So, where are we going? What are we doing?
Let's go to the shantytown and bring Iffy down to Earth.
Earthy.
Earthy, yeah.
Okay. So you guys start making your way across the city over towards the kind of workers' end. You guys have been around the city enough and kind of are observant enough to realize that essentially the western side of the city is the quote-unquote nicer end. It's, dominated by Timo's palace. It is where the quote-unquote important landing bays are for important guests, where the mercenaries and guards and kind of sycophants for the hut all are, as well as kind of the more prominent businesses. The further east you go, the more it turns into just kind of whatever they can put together for the buildings. Everything's kind of falling apart, a little bit more shabby. You see more and more of kind of the moisture engines just scattered around in various working conditions. And the people are very clearly, these are the people that work the mines. And the people that exist solely to help support those that work in the mines. And most of what is down in the crater is, at least on this side of town, are the businesses. Businesses, and then occasionally you can see a little 2-story building or a building with an extra little add-on to the side where, like, okay, that's probably the living quarters for whoever runs that business. Most of the people that work at the slag works, people like the dancers at the cantinas, some of your smaller trading stalls around the city, live out of the shanty town. And the shanty town starts actually as caves carved into the side of the crater and slowly go into the underground and then work their way up. And you remember kind of seeing vaguely as you were leaving and coming back to the city, there's a couple of small sections that have now peeked out over the top of the ground and are considered above ground and see the sun and everything, but better majority of the shantytown is actually underground in the cave system. Even less so cave system, but former mines. These are areas that have already been carved out and are considered kind of drained of use. And so you work your way around and have to go halfway back up the opposite wall to enter into the cavern. And as soon as you kind of step through the cavern and your eyes start adjusting, the you can just see and feel eyes on you. It's still daytime, it's still working shift, so most of the miners and people working at the slag works are still out. So what's left are the families, those that are a little too sick to be working to, or too old to be working. The very small handful that gets to kind of have a rotation off. All just kind of hanging around in the much cooler caves. As you step inside, you can feel the temperature drop a good 5 degrees. Still not comfortable for most of you, but much better. And as you kind of look around, you see that little homes and hovels have been hastily erected, some actually kind of carved into the sides of the caverns, some just kind of tents thrown up against the walls. It is not pleasant. It's not where anybody would necessarily want to live.
Good. A delightful place.
Got a pleasant ambiance, don't it?
Well, the play.
Well, boss,
Yeah,
going?
yeah, we're going, we're going. Well, let me just do a little thinking here, figure out the best plan of attack. I don't want to, steer us right into the middle of a cyclone. Uh, Out of character, if these people work in the mines, I seem to remember vaguely something about the Haxian brood in the mines.
Yeah, the Haxian brood is believed to, at the very least, reported to, um, also work out of the mines or probably be primarily based in and around the mines. Primarily because a lot of them, again, are droids or partially cybernetic. So either potentially droids that were made for and designed for working in the mines, or people that have maybe lost limbs to the mines. And so they're just familiar in using it as a meeting place.
Using their torn off limbs as weapons, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So do we want to? I guess we can see what's for sale in some of these shops if they have any of the stuff that we need. We can also talk to people in this area, see if we can find out any more stuff about the brood. Do those sound like good options to people?
Yeah,
I,
I'll keep you safe, boss.
I think
All
that's a
right.
pretty good idea.
All right.
Yes. Oh, I feel
Um, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a look around at all these shops, right? We're gonna see what we can get from them. We're gonna cozy up to shopkeepers. If we cozy up enough, we'll see if we can get some more information about these brood fellas, seeing as these guys, I think they all work in the mines, don't they? Brood works in the mines. Should be you know, easy as a grab ball layup.
say so.
Grab ball's great, man. Although I think I forget what it is in the Old Republic. It's a different thing. Fucking God, what is it? Anachronistic reference. Shoot me. All right, but yeah, let's check out some of the shops nearby. Specifically, we should probably see about if we have repair supplies for Galateo. That would be good. and stuff for the ship, I think.
Okay. So, Iffy and anyone else that wants to be kind of looking at the social structures or, placement of potential shops and things like that can roll a perception check with 2 purple.
Can I roll for just keeping my head on a swivel? No, I'm not looking at the shops. I'm looking at all the people who are looking at us.
You can do that. Perception, 2 purple and a black.
It was 2 purples and what for our perception?
Just 2 purples. For...
Just 2 purples. Okay. Let's see if it works when I roll it this time. I have my doubts, but we're gonna see. Yeah, that's what I thought. I had my doubts. There we go.
Okay.
2 successes.
So, Kane, as you're kind of keeping an eye on people around you and trying to like judge and see what could potentially be a problem. These all, for the most part, you were exposed fairly young to kind of rougher parts of some of the Ecumenopolises, the city planets and things. And this makes you feel very similar to that, of just the kind of general unease of like everybody there knows that none of you belong here and are kind of all clammed up. You feel like any of them could cause a problem, but at the moment, none of them seem to be a threat. Or of like they could cause a scene that's going to cause you problems, but none of them are like potentially going to like stab you at the moment. Marcy and Iffy. So you guys are kind of looking around and observing as you're walking through. And you both realize that this is not a place that you're going to find a lot of shops. It's more of the bartering and trading for what people need. Of like, I have extra food, you have tools, let's trade type thing. You see some people that potentially could have things that could be useful. It looks like it's just sitting outside of where they're living. There's a couple of faces that you think you may vaguely recognize from having walked past a stall or something in the city. But they're just kind of observing you. They're not, hawking wares or anything at you at the moment. They're just, poking their head out of a window or sitting in a chair or on a stoop, just watching you go by. As you get deeper into the mines, into some larger caverns and larger caves, and some of the tunnels are widening a little bit. It seems like there's more and more kind of permanent housing of sorts, where people have actually taken the time to carve out or, create kind of mud brick homes and such. Still very, very small. Only the space that they absolutely need. But it looks a little bit more put together and a little bit more stable. And you can see that there's some people walking around a little bit less suspicion, I should say. Like this is their neighborhood and they're just going on their walk to go talk to a friend. And you can even see that there is essentially a gathering spot in the center of one of the larger caverns where there has been a pool, very, very shallow pool of water, That seems to be where everybody goes to get their water and take it back to their home.
Is this like what's the quality of the water here? Is it depressing or is it like drinkable?
Um, it's a bit of both because it is
Good.
kind of standard Star Wars lore of where they're essentially gathering the humidity of the air and consolidating it into water for the most part. So most of it is drinkable, especially when you're getting it directly from a machine. This water that you're seeing in the pool seems to be a little bit more questionable. However, it also to you would seem like this is their attempt at trying to be semi-luxurious for their
Oh,
what they
like a
have.
fountain.
Yeah, of like they can't do this out in the crater. It would just dry up. But here they can have a pool to like sit and dunk a jug into and talk to people and then go back home.
Gives the water character.
What?
Uh,
Mineral. It gives the water
gives the water
character.
character. Puts hair on your chest.
Yeah,
None of
it's
that
got
bitch
minerals. It's
water.
good for you.
Leaves your teeth a little bit gritty after you drink it, but it's okay.
All right. Do we want to try hitting up any of the places with stuff that we might need, or do you think we should hang around the watering pool for a bit and just see what gossip crops up?
She makes it sound like the shops are going to be sort of pointless to go to.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to really hear much gossip. I think we are the gossip.
Yeah. Just kind of a bust.
We can just poke around and see what information exists here, like try to get a sentiment of how well they, like the hut. Because who doesn't love a good old hut in your hometown?
Well, your friendly local hut. We love our local business owners and landlords, don't we? Alright.
I mean, the player in me wants to start a revolt against the hut, but the character is like, I don't want to instigate.
I mean, honestly, starting a revolt against the hut is not a terrible idea.
I knew you'd
But
come around.
all right, let's start. Let's see if we can get sentiment here. In terms of both the hut and the brood. Let's see if people have any strong sentiment either way. Personal anecdotes. Get some campaign ads.
Okay.
None of
Some
us
nice
are
pamphlets.
blend in.
So, are you guys just wanting to sit there and listen, or are you wanting to talk to people?
Eavesdrop. I want to try to eavesdrop.
Okay, you're eavesdropping. So,
Alright.
we'll go with Kane first, since Joe's the first one to speak up on that.
Sure.
Give me the same perception roll that you just gave me. 2 purple, black.
Good rolls.
Nope.
Eh, that's not great, buddy.
Yeah, you're kind of listening, and you're definitely don't see a lot of people that look like you around here. You don't see a lot of Mary Ellens. And there's a lot of just kind of like, and you're imposing enough, perhaps not in physicality, but definitely in demeanor of just this bodyguard, that there's a lot of like people talking. You hear them talking. As soon as they come around the corner and they spot you, they go quiet. They just kind of like stare at you as they walk by. And a little bit of murmuring to each other, but nothing that you can actually hear. But even though you can't hear it, you're fairly certain that all the murmurings, like, who are these people? What are they doing here? Why are they here? And so on. There's a couple of kids that decide they're going to be very brave after a couple of minutes of you standing there and kind of get closer and closer and closer. And eventually one of them just comes and stands directly in front of you and stares up at you. It doesn't say anything, just stares.
Hello?
Hello there.
Who are you?
Does the kid said, "Who are you?" to me?
Yes.
Well, I'm a business associate. Who are you?
There is a first confusion, then calculation, then a quick look over the shoulder at all the friends tucked around the corner, also watching from about 20 feet away, and looking back up at you. Huh?
He changes. He doesn't sigh, but he does the gesture of a sigh, like the bodily like shrug of the shoulders, and just like, and then he just kind of looks to see if anybody else is listening a bit too close, and if no one else is too close to him, he'll say, "You could think of me as a bodyguard."
Are you with the standard bodyguard body language and imposingness, or are you trying to be friendly to the child?
He's trying to like make the child like impress the kid, just like, "Oh yeah, I'm a cool bodyguard man, I guess."
Okay. So, let me see here.
I don't think Kane can be imposing.
Depends. I imagine, as with all Jedi, if somebody is aware of fighting, you can get the vibes of like, that's not somebody I actually want to fight.
Fair.
You get the feeling this child is a Geo berserker.
I got a feeling. Oh man, if this child was a Geo Berserker, I would immediately demand that I remake my character.
I will give you two options. You will get two very different things depending on them. You can either do a charm roll with 2 purple, or a streetwise roll with 2 purple.
Charm or Streetwise? I'm gonna do Streetwise with two purple. You said. Yeah. Confused smile.
So you're trying to impress this child, and you say, "Oh, I'm a bodyguard," and there's like this moment where their eyes kind of get a little bit bigger,
That's what I
and
was hoping for.
but you sit there and you think to yourself, bodyguard, hut bodyguard. That's all they know.
Oh.
And you see him kind of take a step back, and then another step back. He kind of like curls in on himself just a little bit, but there's still kind of that bravery of dumb youth sticking around on this child for a moment. And you kind of see like jaw, like chin poke out just a little bit. What are you doing here?
Well, I've never just surveying the area. You know, official business.
Kid kind of
Why am I telling this fucking kid this shit?
narrows his eyes for a second, and then turns and runs back to his friends, and you see all of them disappear around the corner.
Hey, Fuzzball, don't you know? Don't you know not to tell the kids nothing?
That kid knows too much now.
Yeah, it's because you told them.
I didn't know what to do. What am I supposed to say
Just
to a
tell them
child?
to buzz off.
That would be mean. An innocent child. Doesn't matter.
Well, now he's gonna go tell literally the entire town that we're working for, like the hut. I guess I don't know.
I don't know if that's true. Right.
Yeah, Gal's got a point. Kids, if they're not eating something, they're talking about stuff, and we kind of stick out. Having the gossip on us is a hot commodity.
This is, well, this, well, how about this? It might actually serve to benefit us.
How you figure?
He'll look over his shoulder, make sure nobody is close enough to hear, except his party members, and I was like, they're going to think that we're affiliated with the hut. They're not going to mess with us.
No, but if we ain't saying a hut welcome area, we just painted a picture on our back.
There ain't nobody gonna want us tell us nothing about no brood no more.
That's a good point. He puts the finger to his chin and just goes like, may have misjudged this situation.
It's okay, Fuzzball. We all make mistakes.
Children are terrible, so I don't blame you.
I don't
They're so small.
They didn't know.
I don't know if I can trust anything that small.
I'm just terrible with children.
All right.
So what I'm gathering from this is I just need to throw like children at you guys to just like freak you all out at every turn.
Oh yeah, next character, small child.
A weakness.
None of you know how to handle children.
No.
Lots of Galatea.
Galatea knows how to handle children.
Next character I
still
play is
humans.
going to be a Wookiee babysitter.
All right. So that probably blew our chances of asking the brood.
Necessarily blow our chances. What if we just split up and pretend that we don't know each other?
Oh yes, that's a wonderful idea. Split up in a place that we just told them we're basically enemies.
You see any other 6 foot tall ladies around here? Because if you do, you gotta tell me.
Oh,
Well, we gotta
Maybe.
talk about your planning.
we could buy a disguise. It's like impotent impotent shrug.
Do you
Also-
want me to squat down a little?
Well, you could, dress more like me.
No, never. I cannot believe you're telling me this. Me? Dressed like a man?
Listen, it is.
Disgusting.
It would be for the good of the mission. ideally.
Disgusting.
If we were back on the consortium, I could have you hanged for that.
What?
Sure, she could.
Well, hold on. What did you mean disgusting? I don't dress disgusting. This is a nice
But you
look.
dress like a man.
Well, I would hope so.
I'm
What's
not
the
dressing like a
problem?
man.
That's what I'm saying. It would make a good disguise.
Ugh, no.
Fine. Then don't dress like a man.
Hopefully. Yeah, I mean, I feel like our best odds. I don't know now.
Let's go shoot the hut.
Let's not go shoot the. We'll get shot
I don't know.
immediately.
I don't know. I think Fuzzball took out one of those avenues that involved not shooting the hut.
I know, right? Like
So Operation Shoot the Hut seems like a little closer now.
a little bit.
Do we know enough about the brood and their goings on here, or are we just like gonna wing it?
We would have loved to.
But that's what I mean. Like we could still hunt for information.
Somebody roll me a d20.
All right.
Okay,
Oh.
1d20.
17.
Okay. Continue discussing.
We turn around, there's a group of children with like hollow recorders. Gonna put us on space TikTok. Alright, we should try and get information on the brood if we can, but the if we can is doing a lot of load bearing there.
Let's
Well, one
try.
thing that boss can do is that she can pose as a hut person that wants to betray the hut.
Oh, I like this. I like this deep cover,
See, this is the good thing. This is a good
like a
thing.
triple agent.
We're in with the hut, which gives us standing and power, but we want to betray the hut, which gives us a reason to fraternize in an area where the hut wouldn't be liked.
You're welcome,
Um,
Fuzzball.
Yeah,
You're welcome, I did.
I fixed your mistake.
Gal,
Well,
you're a
I made the
genius.
mistake that led to the good thing.
Gal, you're a genius. Fuzzball, if you ever talk to me about dressing like a man again, I'm gonna leave you here.
If you call me Fuzzball again, I'm going to.
You're gonna what?
Going to-
You're gonna what?
You're gonna, yeah, this is Galatea steps up. You're gonna what?
I crosses his arms and just pouts.
As you all continue bickering in the center of essentially the town square of this cavern, you see more and more curious heads just kind of poking out. And Marcy, as the only one that is not a part of the bickering, you hear more and more whispers and murmurs of people that are now tuned into the soap opera that is happening.
Okay.
Just a stage whisper argument.
I take it as just commentary on what we're saying, or should I proceed further?
At least the ones that are close enough, you hear like the general like, what are they arguing about? Why are they arguing here? Like, do you think they're drunk? Did they just get out of the canteen? I didn't see them at the canteen. I was just there, and this back and forth of like trying to figure out what the fuck is going on with this very strange group around their watering hole.
All right. Well, I'll try to subtly mention, hey, you're being inappropriate in the public right now.
Yes, Galatea. Straighten up my collar.
Right. When you're right, you're right. See, when you're right, you're right. We gotta be upstanding business folks here, ain't that right? Looking out over around at this gathered crowd. You know what? I think I will straight up have Iphigenia ask. All right. So most of you heard that, right? If somebody wanted to criff with the hut, who would I go to talk to here? I'm getting stiffed on these deals.
You're just gonna lay it out on the line, huh?
Why not? We've already got spectators.
And there's silence for a long moment. A couple people go ahead and tuck themselves back away. And you are going to roll me a deception with 3 purple.
Deception with 3 purple. Okay, so that's yellow, green, green. Let me take a quick look. And I don't think I have any talents that relate to deception. But you never know. Where the fuck are my talents listed? Character info? Is that it? No, it's not. Alright. Well, I'll just roll and then I will check. Green, green. And you said 3?
Mm-hmm.
She did say 3, yes.
Alright.
Sorry, I guess my mic didn't pick me up.
Sorry. Well, an advantage isn't bad. Let me just double check. I don't think I have anything to help with that.
If I'm remembering your character sheet, it's primarily charm.
Charm and negotiation, she has stuff to help in. Specializations. I chose a charm on that. And yeah, I don't think this would be a respected government institution.
No, no, not right now.
No, yeah, that's what I figured. All right, well, yeah, there we go. There we go, guys.
So
He is very smart.
you you start talking about wanting to betray the hut, and you see the murmuring stops, and there's confusion by some people, tiny bit of fear by some people. Some of the older men and women that are a little bit closer to you kind of look you up and down, and you hear one of them very clearly kind of mutter under their breath, just fucking crazy, and turn away. And the crowd around you disperses slowly. Um, Inbian, Joe, both of you roll me d20s.
Okay.
Wow.
This is how
Oh God,
this is how many huts we summon, right?
Actually,
1d20
yeah,
huts,
we get one hut, 1d20 of hut.
17 hut. I don't like that.
Okay.
I think 17 huts could take like most small
No, you know what?
armies.
You know what? I want the bad thing. What could possibly go wrong?
Why would
And
you say
then
that in a Star Wars game? Why
No,
would you
hold
say
on,
that in a
hold on.
Star Wars game?
I got one more. What's the worst that could happen?
Let's just
Ooh.
complete the trifecta. I've got a
Ooh.
bad feeling about this.
Bad
Ooh.
feeling about
What's
this.
the worst that could happen, Joe?
You
Ooh.
guys are worrying for nothing.
All right. So, you're gonna build me a dice pool with your intellect. So whatever you have in intellect in green, and then 2 purple.
All right. Let me see. How smart am I? Looks like I have a 3. So 1, 2, 3. Tab, like a good player does, and then hit the dice button like that. Look at that.
Hmm. Okay.
Wow, what did we do to the dice this game, guys? Why do they hate us? Has anybody succeeded yet? I think I
Maybe your perceptions were good. That's about it. And you got a lot of good light side points. You have a lot of light side points.
I should have upgraded. I should have upgraded. Why didn't I upgrade? I was a fool.
Okay. So as this crowd disperses, um you see even the couple of people that are still hanging around the kind of watering hole are now kind of getting their stuff and making a point of getting back home and away fairly quickly. Um and circling back around to that, as you all are kind of looking around and just considering your next steps and thinking, yeah, how could it have gone so wrong so fast? Uh, you first feel it coming through the ground, just this shaking. Almost, it's hard. It's almost like as if there was really, really large machinery moving very close by. And then, after a couple of seconds, there is just a loud, echoing boom coming back from the craters, echoing through the shanty town, bouncing off the walls of the tunnels and caverns. And you see a little bit of dirt and debris and gravel falling in various places. Most of the people go running for their homes or whatever semi sturdy structure they can find. Most of the most able-bodied people, primarily the miners that were on their day off, start running towards the entrance to the shanty town.
Well,
Oh, okay, we should
no,
leave.
we gotta go. We gotta go now.
I don't know what's going on, but I don't like being here anymore.
We should take off immediately in the same direction everyone else is going, I think.
We're gonna fucking run.
Yeah, just fucking book it.
All right. So you guys run back through the shanty town, through the tunnels and the winding pathways between the buildings and tents, and you still feel the rumble through your feet, but you're not hearing any other explosions. But as you get closer and closer to the entrance, you hear chaos outside. And you all are, even before you reach the entrance, just struck by the acrid, horrible smell of chemical fire.
Oh dear.
And as you kind of come out onto the landing in front of the entrance to this cavern, kind of take a pause as the rest of the people continue to rush around you, either going down the stairs or up the stairs towards the top of the cavern. You're coming out right around here, and you can see that something in the slag works has exploded. And there is
Shit.
just
Oh, shit.
a massive plume of dark, acrid chemical smoke rising. And as you look down into the town, you just see bodies moving every direction, some towards the slag works, some away from the slag works. You hear machinery going. The very distance you were exposed to dewbacks just long enough that you can hear the panic sounds of them from the stables. And it is just chaos.
Oh, shit.
That ain't good, but you know what? Looking at it, I can't shake the feeling we should try and help.
Yes, I would like to help.
Help how?
There's gotta be a need for stuff. They're gonna need people to direct where to go, and we can find some ways to make ourselves
Boss, did
useful.
you hit your head? You're not the iffy I'm used to being with.
Uh,
First you
Are
go
you-
around announcing our plans, and now you're asking to help people. Like, are you okay? I need
Well,
like come here. I think I need to medically examine you, boss.
And
I consent to the medical examination.
I will also remind you, Joe, that you are officially now on your light side, dark side counter.
Oh, shit. Okay, well, I'm doubling down. I'm just being like, what do you expect us to do? One of these
I'm going to
people
start
just-
advancing toward the problem area.
I
Right.
expect you to do like that and find something to do. I swear to God, men, you just gotta tell them everything, don't you?
All right, so
frustratedly hurrying along.
Marcy is leading the charge down the stairs, and you hit the ground, start following the crowd. At least the crowd that's coming from the shanty town all seems to be pouring around the fence of the slag works, heading towards the entrance. And as you get about here, and you're kind of pushing and jostling through this tighter, narrower street area, you see just people stumbling out of the slag works, covered in ash, blackened and gray from head to toe. Some of them looking very dazed, some of them looking a little bit more aware and helping others. You don't see any injuries coming out at the moment, but with the amount of singed clothes and hair that you see, you are fairly certain that as you come into the slagworks, you will see some fairly severe injuries. And as you continue approaching, is there anything particular you want to do, or are you just rushing into the slagworks itself?
I think
Yeah.
you should.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
Yeah, I'm going to go inside and look for survivors and see what I can do to help.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
So, you go rushing through the entrance and over to this corner. you see just essentially a raging inferno. And all of you have that sudden realization of, oh yeah, this is really bad because they are mining rhydonium. They are
Oh
mining
shit.
starship fuel,
No.
the base component.
Oh
So
no.
to Piper, Rhydonium is extremely explosive.
It is one of the most combustible and volatile elements in the known Star Wars universe.
And if they're mining it here, there is a deposit of it. So it's effectively like a giant nuclear power plant that just only partially exploded.
Hmm.
Uh. Okay.
Marcy's
Shit.
gonna Marcy's gonna look for someone who is disabled by the explosion and help them out.
All right, so you start looking around and you can see that there is probably, at least what you can see and easily get access to, about 24 people that are on the ground. Some of them just laying there, screaming and moaning and holding onto various injured limbs. Some of them do seem to be getting help from some people. Some of them are being dragged further away from the fire. Um, but just the general chaos and panic of the moment is preventing any, or at least seemingly preventing any coordinated efforts beyond just the people that are desperately trying to quell these flames. You see there are some people rushing towards various buildings, pulling out what looks to be essentially mining firefighting equipment, various things to throw or spray on the fire or around the fire to try and contain it, to try and control it a little bit. But if you are looking for people, there are more than enough people that you can help. Just tell me what you would like to do.
I'll go to the closest one and say, may I pull you out of here and take you outside?"
So the closest one to you seems like it's a probably mid 40s woman, just kind of laying there, propped up on an elbow. Seems very dazed. You can see kind of a knock in her head and blood trickling down the side of her face. And she just kind of like
I'll
blinks at you and stares at you for a second, and then you just get this kind of like,
I'll try to
huh.
I'll try to guide her out then.
Okay. So she wraps an arm around your shoulder as you kind of pull her up and haul her out, holding tightly
Yeah,
to her work overalls,
cool,
and kind of drag her through the entrance.
cool.
What are the rest of you doing?
So I think that if he is going to try and help with coordinating things, if there is somebody already trying to do that, then she will help that. Otherwise, I think she'd probably try and take the lead there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as a suggestion, I think probably Gal should help with the medical stuff because she's a medical droid.
Okay.
Uh, Kane is going to do what Marcy's doing and just look for people who are trapped or in trouble or scrambling around wounded, and he's going to help them awkwardly. Just like, I should do what the boss says.
Okay. So, um, let's see here. Iffy, roll me perception with 2 purple and a black.
Why?
While she is doing that, um, Piper, are you just wanting to
Hello.
heal the first person that comes to you? Or are you trying to set up something? Are you wanting to
Uh,
actually heal, or you want to go chase the fire?
Galate doesn't want to heal. Galate doesn't want to do shit. But she will put in a token effort because boss said so.
If you want to go do other stuff, that's also okay too. It's just a
Oh no, there's just nothing for her to do. But she's like, I guess I'll help these people because boss is feeling nice. Question mark. Something's wrong with that sentence. I don't know what exactly. But I will like go to like some of the more injured people and just I guess use a stead pack on them or something.
Okay. So you start moving around to the people that are just outside the slag works that are being kind of dragged away and start healing them and trying to stabilize them at the very least, if not properly heal them. Okay, Iffy, as you're kind of looking around and assessing the situation, you see that there's what you assume from their kind of what they are wearing and how they are moving, that it seems like it's primarily the older, more experienced miners that are rushing towards the various buildings. You see what looks to be a single foreman of some sort, kind of trying to guide some people, but he is very, very scattered. He's not keeping his shit together very well. Going from talking to the people trying to fight the flames to like kind of like fluttering around people that are just like on the ground screaming like, how do I help you, how do I help you, and then going back and like not keeping his focus at all.
Right. Buddy. Look at me. Look at me. What do you need? I am the captain now.
Give me your keys.
Look, you take care of all the technical shit, all right? I'll try and deal with the people. You just tell me what you need done. I'll make sure it gets done.
They need to go. He like points to the injured people and points to the gate.
I can coordinate that for you.
They get them as far away as possible. And he like grabs your elbow as far away as possible.
You just focus on the other stuff. I got you.
And he kind of like looks down to like the closest person that's kind of laying on the ground bleeding and just kind of like you see that like moment of panic again, and then he just like okay. He just like turns and starts taking off towards one of the other buildings where you see that they are pulling out a little bit larger machinery, and he starts immediately talking to the miners there. So what are you doing, Effie?
I am going to try and coordinate efforts to get these people moved away, either using like the lifts that I'm sure they have around here for transporting goods. Just basically, I'm trying to coordinate here.
Gotcha. Okay. Because you said coordinate, I like was looking at the sheet and I saw coordination. I'm like, I'm like, no, it's not the right thing.
It's a really cool backflip. Everybody does what needs to be done.
Your other coordination, sir.
Everybody, 3, 2, 1, and backflip.
All right, here's the choreograph. So it's 1, 2, step, turn.
All right, so you could roll a discipline with 2 purple. Gal, roll. You're gonna give me 3 rolls, 3 medicine rolls, each of them with 3 purple. Marcy and Kane, you both are going to give me resilience rolls. With
Yeah, I spent points on that one.
2 purple and a black.
Rude.
So, can I make a
Okay.
shameless attempt to convince you to let me leadership?
Sure, you can use leadership.
What was the difficulty on that one again?
3 purple, I believe.
3 purple. Okay.
For my resilience, 2 purple and a black. That's okay.
Let me just. Can I use a light side point to upgrade this?
Sure.
All right.
Click that button.
Use light side. All right, and here we go. You know what?
You got successes.
No thanks to you, yellow die.
Okay. 4 successes.
As a reminder to you guys too, like upgrading checks is very helpful to do. So feel free to use our light side points.
At least it's very helpful to do theoretically.
Theoretically, I'm not creating a very good example right here, but
Ooh,
See,
Gal got
normally
a
when you do this,
triumph.
good things happen.
I did.
Got a fancy triumph. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay, so as patients are being rushed out of the slag works and just kind of like put in any space where they can be rested in the streets beyond in the city, Gal, you start moving around and going from one person to another, trying to stabilize at the very least. And you clearly, compared to the other people that are trying to rush around and be medics, you are much better at it than they are. You're just kind of brushing off people and like, you know, pushing people to the side of like, you're doing this fucking wrong, you're making it worse, and you are getting most of the people that need immediate care stabilized as you're moving around. And the ones that you kind of take a once over and you're like, okay, they have issues, but they are not that bad. You're being able to kind of like turn towards other people, like just get them further into the city. They're fine. Like take them to the doctor later. How many? You said you had multiple med packs.
I have 15.
Oh, okay. So you end up just with using those. You're going to use 3 of them
Okay.
fully in your efforts to try and get the worst of the injuries to a point where at least they have a chance. And whether you like it or not, you very quickly become just this like center, like the center of the storm in this area where people are just like following what you're doing, trying to watch you and mimic you, or just like you just snap at somebody, and whether you're paying attention to them or not, they are doing exactly what you were saying to do, without question. Which
You're
is,
just fucking Gordon Ramsay of healing.
yeah,
I think it's just become
An
Florence
idiot.
Nightingale.
is not something that you are necessarily used to being a droid. Most of the time people ignore the droids, and so there is just like this moment of like, huh, this is what it's like to be iffy as you're working.
She's like giving medical advice and then also telling them like, please die at the end. Take this.
Okay.
Take this. Go talk to me in the morning. Also, please die. Next.
You think this suture is good? It's shit!
This is how you do it correctly. And well, I'll come back around to that in a minute. Iffy, you start trying to organize people on getting people in and out of the slag works as fast as possible, and as you kind of take the reins, you see that more and more just kind of citizens of the city are coming in and helping, and as they are coming in, the still able-bodied miners are slowly trickling off to go try to handle the fire and deal with things. And the people are at first ignoring you, but then you end up having like the bright idea of like, knock the crates off the fucking trolley, put bodies on the trolley, get them out of here. And as you start doing this, more and more people start to kind of listen to you. There's still a little bit of pushback and resistance, but you're able to kind of coordinate, and you're seeing more and more of the injured slowly moving out. And as you are doing that, however, you're kind of looking around and you're seeing that the fire is seemingly being contained, but it's not shrinking any.
It's not great. That's not great at all.
And Marcy and Kane, as you are helping to rush people out and, you know, bring in occasional supplies, as people are like shoving things into your arms as you're heading back through the gates, you're able to keep going, but the longer you're doing that, the more you're running around, the harder and harder it is to breathe.
Oh shit. Okay.
As you're realizing slowly that you're just running back and forth in just essentially gray ash air.
Fuck. I'm gonna take part of my like shawl cloak thing and just wrap it around my mouth and nose. Don't know if that'll help. Makes me feel better.
That's the important part, isn't it?
This is that. You know what? In times like this, it is.
And as you all are working, it has been probably good 30, 45 minutes since that initial explosion. You, above, just barely above the chaos, you hear what sounds like alarms of some sort coming from the palace,
Like the Hutt's palace?
the Hutt's palace.
Oh god.
Wait, what do we hear from the Hutt's palace?
Alarms?
Alarm.
Alarms?
Alarm. Alarm.
Wee-oo.
Iffy,
Yes.
roll me a d20.
Oh no.
Rolling that
Oh
one.
no. You already did that.
No, but you can do it.
I came close.
Okay. Okay. So, as you guys are continuing to move, is there anything in particular any of you guys are wanting to do, or are you just wanting to try and help until you can't help anymore?
Help until I can't help anymore.
I want to help, but keep an eye out for anyone who looks like they might be suspicious. Like not just the person running around and like, oh no, like what if there's gang members who are here and they're like watching our every move or some shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Them. I'm looking for those motherfuckers.
Alright. Perception 3 purple. Gal, Iffy, you guys doing anything, or are you just continuing to help until you can't anymore?
I'm wishing that I had like knowledge engineering to help put out the fire. But alas, I do not have that. So you know, I'm just gonna keep trying to help until I can't, I think.
Galtea is willing to fuck off at the slightest issue.
Even though
Yeah,
you have all your healing minions now?
Crazy. She didn't ask for these minions. She wants to fuck off. Her entire party's acting weird.
So as you all continue to rush back and forth and try to mitigate what damage you can and help those that you can, you kind of look around and realize that the four of you are all becoming kind of the centers of your own storms, much like Gal was the center of everybody trying to heal beyond the slag works. There's people that are coming to you, Iffy, and saying, "What now? What now? What now?" There are people that are coming to both of you, Marcy and Kane, immediately to try and help or to try and figure out how to move people, or the just immediate actions that you guys are taking. It seems to be having the effect, at least on the people in your immediate proximities. And you continue to rush and rush. My 3 fleshy lovelies, all of you must make resilience rolls with 2 purple and a black.
purple and a black. Oh boy.
Purple and black. God, this advantage threat or advantage failure, that shit Don't like it.
Can I use a light side point on my roll?
You would like to?
How do I do that?
You are just going to go ahead and click that use light side point.
Okay.
And then you are going to build yourself your roll. So it's whatever your resilience is, one of your greens turns into a yellow, and then it'll be the 2 purple and the black.
So I need to re-roll, you say?
Let me
I'm
see.
sorry. I was thinking, I was looking at something else right now.
Yeah, so this is
What
your
did you need me
second.
to do?
So you're going to build your pool. Okay.
Okay.
And so, let me see here.
What I need to do specifically? Sorry.
Did you already roll?
Yeah, did you roll a second time?
No, not yet.
All right.
Okay.
So you had a green and a yellow in resilience right now. It'll be 2 yellows, 2 purples, and a black.
Oh, okay. So 2 yellows,
Mm-hmm.
2 purples, and a black, and I just rolled that instead of my skill, right?
Yes.
Okay. Ooh,
Alright.
that looks better, I think.
Yeah. You're the only one that passed.
Okay, good.
Um.
Oops. Meant to clear.
So, as you are continuing to try and help, both Kane and Iffy, you feel the ash just weighing heavier and heavier on you, and you feel yourself starting to cough, and your chest getting tighter. And even as you're trying to cover your face with heavier and heavier and larger pieces of cloth, it doesn't seem to be doing enough, because as you're covering your face, the ash is now falling on top of the cloth and making it hard to breathe through. And it is just dragging you down to the point where Iffy, you're gasping. You're not being able to get much out.
All right. I will.
Marcy, you are also to the point of coughing. You are not nearly as bad as the other 2 are at the moment.
Right. I'll keep working. Well, actually, is there a check I can do to improve my situation, survival or medicine or something like that?
Yeah, you can try to do a survival with 3 purple.
All right. 1, 2, 3, tab. Then I selected something other than skills. There we go. Revival.
Nope.
That did not seem to help.
I shall do this. So as you all are beginning to slow down, and it's becoming harder and harder to breathe and harder to get anything done because you are not being able to breathe, you hear above the sounds of the fire and the machines that they are using to try and contain and put out the fire, and the chaos of the people that you are surrounded by, the sounds of a ship engine
It's not
flying
great.
very low. And you look up and you see the ship from the canyon wall flying very very carefully above the city, trying to hover and not knock anything out, though you do see it kind of clip the side of one of the largest moisture generators. And it gets closer and closer, and then hovers just above the edge of the slag works, turns, and slowly lowers its ramp, and you see the 2 little astromechs from before start pushing out crates and barrels onto the fire. And it seems like it is full of some sort of essentially fire controlling chemicals.
Yo.
Damn, come through.
Did everyone else meet them, or are these just strangers?
I mean, technically,
So,
since we retconned and said Marcy was with you, all 4 of you would have met this woman, although the only one that I think she talked to was Iffy.
okay. Well, seeing that, I'm gonna go over towards Iffy and be like, "We have to leave." What? We have to leave.
We gotta go. We gotta go.
I'm gonna start trying to drag Iffy towards whatever I think is the way out. I don't know if it's visible. I don't know what the visibility level is, but I'm going towards wherever I think the way out is.
So, right now, this is the only entry and exit to the actual slagworks that you know of.
Okay.
And essentially, all of this pathway and into this, like, bigger square area around the water tower has now been turned into kind of triage space where just chaos of people running back and forth trying to help, and that's where Gal has been essentially trapped this entire time. Is
Gal has
help.
become a god.
Yeah, where Gal has become a god. And the smaller pathways you can also try to go down. However, that seems to be where most people are rushing back and forth with supplies.
We could also try and signal to the ship to see if they'll help us up, but they might be too high up.
Well, didn't they land and drop their gangplank or gangway?
No, they are literally essentially hovering right above this area
Oh, okay.
with their ramp down for the little astromechs to push the crates and barrels down onto the fire. Or as close to the fire as they can manage.
I'm pushing Iffy towards the exit. I'm just like,
Sure.
we need to leave.
If he continues coughing hoarsely, but will permit this.
I don't know where Gal is, but that's fine because she can breathe.
Yeah,
Oh,
Gal.
we've got to get Marcy.
The most
I
the
don't know
most
where
you
Marcy
do, Gal, is like occasionally you have to like pause and like just like finger windshield wiper your like fucking like visual field because there's too much ash buildup, and then you're like, okay, I'm fine again.
Stupid human.
And Marcy, you do see that Iffy and Kane are coughing and looking very not good, and seem to be trying to make their exit.
Okay. Well, I will also do so, and I'll start seeing what I can do about the coughing about with myself and the others.
Alright. So you all slowly leave the slag works and make your way through the city, and the further you go, Gal, you see them and meet up with them as they start making their way through towards a little bit cleaner air, hopefully. Though you guys realize that with as long as this fire has been raging, that essentially the entire crater is covered to some extent, though it does seem to be much heavier on this end of the map than it does on this end. And the streets are still chaotic. There's still people running back and forth, and then occasionally the people like injured that are propped up or sitting down, or even just kind of found a little patch to like kneel in and try to catch their breath. But the streets seem to be clear out more and more as you move. Where are you headed?
Should we head back to our ship? Or, I mean, if we head back to our ship, because we're in Landing Bay Besh, right? We're gonna pass the palace. So we can probably get an idea of what's going on at the palace if we head toward the ship, I think. And then once we get to, like, this-ish area, we can determine if we want to head into the palace to deal with whatever's going on there, or if it would be better to just head to the ship. That's my thought. Anyway.
wonder what's going on with the huts right now.
I do wonder about that.
Are there any disagreements, or are we just going with what Kira said?
No, I agree with what she said. It's just a matter of like, man, I wish I was playing a more wild character at this one moment because I'd be like, let's go fucking kill the huts right now. They have alarms going off. That can't mean they're in a good situation.
This would be a good situation to do that in. You are not wrong. If you do want to go rogue on this one, if he is fucked up and
Just
probably would not be able to stop you.
that's what I was gonna say about Kane is like if you just tell him we're doing this, he'd be like, what the fuck? And then just follow you.
I think we can assess the situation once we've gotten a bit closer and then determine if we want to operation fuck up the huts while they're weak.
Okay.
Operation fucking dagger.
So you all make your way through the streets heading back towards the landing bay. And as you get closer and closer to the landing bay and warehouse area, it seems like there's very few people here. Everybody seems to have been distracted by the slagworks. And as you come around here, to where you get the first good view of the barracks that you remember being kind of the area for the sheltering of Timo's guards and hired muscles and mercenary. Last few times you've gone by it, there's always been kind of a couple of them hanging around outside. You know, that's just where they live, so that's just where they end up hanging around when they don't feel like it's too hot or they don't have something else that they're doing or something along those lines. You don't see anybody immediately outside. And as you look up to the top of the crater wall, you see the palace kind of looming over the edge. And you see some flashing lights off to either side. And you hear just this droning alarm. But you don't see anything.
You guys think should we take a closer look?
Kane.
I'm sorry.
Kane shakes his head.
All right.
Yes, wait, your body breathe. Not in my language.
All right. I need to get clear. And we should probably continue on to the ship then, and at least try to catch our breath before figuring out what the fuck to do from here. But if other people would like to do stuff, of course, that is okay.
Kane is very explicitly a follower. But he will follow if he
If
you had just been like, let's go, he's going to begrudgingly follow. He's kind of a weenie.
This is Joe saying over and over again, I really want to, but my character says no.
It's true. He will
always
default to following the leader because he's bad at decision making.
You know what, Joe? Let's do it, okay? Let's see what's up with the hut. Let's see what's up with the hut.
Okay.
You start just turning us towards the hut, and Kane's like,
Yes, I start like rasping and just gently turning people.
what the?
Opportunity never strikes twice.
There is a look of just God, why, and what on Kane's face. Of like, opportunity? What opportunity? And he is dumbfounded, but following you.
Hey. Gal, Marcy, you following along too?
Yep.
Papa?
Galatea,
I
Galatea.
was already headed in that direction.
I want to see the bottle episode where like Gal is running this medical wonderland and then just independently decides to go to the fucking Hut Palace. You know, by the time that we get in there, she's gonna have killed everybody inside already.
I'm here to kill chaos.
All right, so you all start making your way towards the palace, up along the crater wall, back and forth on the stairs, which I will add is very not fun for our three fleshy people, because you already can't breathe, and now you have a lot of stairs.
Hmm.
Oh, walk it.
I will ask Galatea to carry me.
Okay, I will carry Iffy.
It's okay. I can like piggyback. That way your shooting hands are still free.
Like
Okay, perfect.
angry Yosemite Sam noises of just like resin.
I just imagine Gal
Constantly.
like jogging up like 2 flights with Iffy and then turning around to like berate Marcy and Kane about how they need to move faster and then jogging up another 2 flights.
Kane with like blood red eyes from the smoke.
Okay. So, we are going to take about 10 minutes right here
Sounds
because
great.
I have some shit to set up now.
All right, I'm going to go shove some ice cream in my face. At me when we are starting again.
Ice cream good.
Oh my god. Piper, I pull up my library to grab some tokens. You want to know the first thing that pops up?
Tell.
The high as fuck elf.
Can we just fight a whole bunch of high fuck elves, please? I'll be right back myself.
I'm gonna go get more snacks. Oh, okay. I'm back.
I wonder what this sounds like.
What does what sound like?
Yes. This is good sound. I really just need to go through Sirenscape one day and notate things I like and things I don't like, so I don't have to sit there and be like, I wonder what this does.
A good plan. I've done it before. Forgot everything I liked.
Yeah, but see,
Didn't
the
write it
difference
down.
is I have a notepad on my phone that already has some of them that I like. I can just add to it.
You dirty writing.
Okay.
Stop yelling
Bless
at
you.
me.
Are allergies kicking your ass?
Yeah.
Hello,
Hello.
Hello.
I'm back.
From the other bird.
Right, Inbian, you here?
I've consumed ice cream, and now I'm more powerful.
Yeah, I'm back.
So, you all slowly make your way up the cavern wall, or the crater wall, I should say, and slowly find yourselves at the top beside the palace. You make your way around to the front. And it is still just quiet beyond the alarms that are going off. As you approach the front door, you notice that you don't even hear the thrum from inside that you did before, of just music and life and, you know, existence inside.
Well, what the fuck is the plan now?
I mean, we're already here, right? Might
Yes.
as well take a look around.
I'm just gonna pull out my lightsaber.
Wah.
Not ignite it. I'm just gonna have it at the ready. Because
Knock, knock.
I
Bust down the door.
I will step off of Calte's back now that I'm solid ground. Don't need to climb anymore.
So you bust down the door, you said?
Yep.
Okay.
You die, no save.
As you bust down the door, you remember from last time that the entryway had several guards in it and several security droids, but you don't see anything at first. But after a split second, you see two floating droids come around the corner. It just kind of stare at you. You know that they are scanning you very clearly.
Can I just move past them?
As soon as you do, they pop out their electrocutors and threaten you with them.
Okay, I take a couple steps back.
And as they do that, a third one comes forward.
They take out the electrocutors, and the third one comes out, and Kane is gonna step forward and just rip the lightsaber out.
Yep.
Fuck this.
As you
I'm about to go a more civilized age all over their fucking face.
as you back towards the door and back out again, the electrocute, like their little shockers, stay out, but they stop doing the tasers. They just float and stare at you.
Well, we ain't here to play nice, right?
Absolutely not.
Okay, wonderful. I start shooting.
Okay. All of
Come on,
you
Puzzball, let's go. It's time.
roll cool checks.
Cool
Oh,
checks.
Just straight cool checks.
I love being cool.
No purples?
Nope. This is an initiative roll.
Okay.
Hmm.
Let's see how cool I am.
Ooh, iffy.
If he's cool as a cucumber, despite choking in the back.
I have 1 dice for this.
Yeah, I bet Galatea has no cool.
I think you mean you have 1 die for this?
You want to die for this?
That's not what I said.
That's what I heard.
That's not what I wanted. That'll work.
Oh, Z.
1, 2. Uh-huh.
The cheat sheets are coming up as no results found.
Huh? Oh.
The cheat sheet. Yeah.
Hold on. You're gonna make me do this way. Okay. That should be that. Let me see if I can find a different link for the cheat sheets. You guys are not gonna like that one. I mean, the big document has everything in it still. You're just gonna have to go off the big document this time because I'm not gonna be able to find anything within a reasonable time limit. Go to that. The full
Core
system.
rulebooks.
The full system cheat sheet.
Full system cheat sheet.
The Google Drive one.
No.
You can scroll down and see where your combat maneuvers are on the 3rd page. And then on the 5th page is your successful attack effects. Okay. So, we get to start off with 2 player turns. Who wants to go first?
I imagine in Kane, right?
Do we both go at the same time?
Well, you have two player turns back to back before an NBC can go, so you can go whatever order you want. It's just 2 people have to go first.
Galatea, shoot before I get in the way.
Okay, you got it. I do that. So I can't attack twice, but I can aim as a maneuver and then shoot, right?
Yep.
So +1 to my shooty. And then I shoot. Okay.
So, with this range band, it is going to be... And you have the long range weapon, medium range.
Medium.
Okay, and this would effectively be medium range, so it'll only be the 2 purple right now.
The
I roll
purple
you-
and then the
Oh,
weapon.
one card.
So one success, 3 advantages, and that's the sheet. 3 advantages, I can...
I don't like this one.
I guess I'll take +1 to melee defense until my next turn, and that's my turn.
Melee defense, okay.
They didn't look to have guns, from what I heard.
Kane.
Okay. So
Well, also, pause. You can also do a maneuver. You get an action and a maneuver.
Action
Maneuver.
and a
Yeah. So you may not have wanted to do anything that is under the maneuvers side on page 3 this time, but you can do a one to help for the next round and then do one yourself, or just not do a maneuver this round if you don't want to.
I do not understand what you just said, so I'm going to assume I did what I just did.
Look at page 3, the combat page. That's
Okay.
center column.
Sure.
You
So
get one of those things and an action, which is the shoot. Every round.
Right. So, but I did the aiming from maneuver, right?
I didn't hear you say you did the aiming, so roll blue die by itself.
Okay.
If you did the aiming, then the blue die gets added onto your roll. Oh, there is a blue die on there. Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
I just didn't hear you in your, like, mumbling.
Okay. No worries. Sorry. Got it.
Okay. Now, Kane.
Okay. So, what distance did you say it was in? Was it
From the doorway, it is medium.
okay? So, I need to use my maneuver to close that distance. Would I be able to reach them with my melee with my lightsaber if I move from that medium to short?
Medium to short. Short. Lightsabers are melee, not short.
Oh, so I have to move into engaged.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then I'm gonna maneuver and action as another maneuver and just rush forward.
Okay.
Close the distance, and that'll be my turn.
Right, so you get to the doorway where they're at. And then it is their turn. Right here.
This is exactly what happened with the dogs, and you gave me a very, very potent lesson of like, hey, you should do this thing. And I was like, yeah.
So, this one rolls to try and shock you.
Don't.
This one does not. And just catches your cloak, I imagine. Doesn't manage to actually electrocute you. This one. So this one down here does manage to turn fast enough to catch your arm as you're running forward and shock you. So it is 4 damage before any type of soak or defense.
4 damage before soak. I have 2 soak. Yeah, I have 2 wounds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wait. Hold on. Do I have a thing for this? When hit
You have
by
parry.
their move, it's not melee though, right?
Technically, it would be melee.
Cool. Can I parry it when hit by a melee attack? Suffer 3 strain to reduce the damage by 2 plus ranks in parry. So it would reduce the damage to 0, and I would take 3 strain.
Mm-hmm. You can do that.
Hell yeah. So my strain, does strain go up as well or down?
Yes.
Okay. So
You're
strain
always
is-
going to want to count up on your wounds and your strain.
Gotcha. Cool. Then yeah. That's dope as fuck.
Okay. Marcy, Aphie, who wants to go next?
All right. I'd like to give an assist to. Let me see here. Who's in the front?
So Kane's
that
the
would be
one
Kane.
right up close.
Kane. Yeah, the Kane. I'll give an assist to Kane while advancing here. Does that sound good?
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Then that will be my turn.
All right. So Kane, you get a blue die on your next roll. It is the other robot's turn. It gets close enough to try and shock you as well. And that one also hits and does 4 damage. On to the Yuffie.
I will do what the good Lord intended for the face character, which is I will hide behind Galatea and give her a boost.
Okay, so you get an additional blue die, Gal, for next round. Speaking of, we are at the top of next round. Who wants to go first?
I mean, I'm biased towards me because I want to swing my lightsaber.
Then do it.
Let's fucking go!
Okay, get a blue die from Marcy. Remember, you have a maneuver, and then your action.
Oh,
Marcy
can I
gives you
maneuver?
thumbs up and finger guns.
Maneuver to aim, target specific item, or hit specific location. So if I use, can I aim my lightsaber strike?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You want to add a blue, or are you wanting to try and disadvantage it?
I am going to try. Is it possible for me to try and cut off its little zappy stick?
Sure, you can try.
Let's fucking go. That's 2 black, right? Because it's basically a called shot.
Da-da. Yep. 2
Okay,
black,
let's
a
fuck her.
blue, and then you are in engaged melee round, so that is going to be 2 purple.
2 purple, 2 black, 1 blue, and then a lightsaber.
Mm.
Shisha.
Hey!
Hey, let's
Hey.
fucking go.
You manage to chop off. Which one are you aiming at?
The one that tried to hit me.
All 3 of them have tried to hit you. 2 of them have succeeded. The only one that
Or
hasn't
the-
succeeded is this top one.
The one that I parried.
Okay, this one. So you manage to chop off its taser stick, essentially, and you just hear this really high beeping, and it kind of floats back just a little bit, and then all of a sudden all 3 of them start beeping. Next.
I don't know what that
Pew
means.
pew.
Pew pew. Okay, are you aiming as
Gal
well?
speaks droid.
Gal, what are they saying?
They're saying please die.
Are you actually trying to like hear what they're saying?
No. But that's
Galatea's default answer is please die. Not a lot of hits.
You actually get to roll 2 blue die because you had an assisted one as well. You were just trying to
Oh.
aim and shoot.
okay. So I get 2.
Yeah,
Okay.
so just roll 1 more blue die. See if you get anything interesting.
Another.
2 advantage. 2 advantage and a whole bunch of extra damage.
One critical injury.
Okay. Do you want to roll the 100 or do you want me to?
I will let you do it.
Alright. 56.
Oh dear, that's up there.
Mm-hmm. 6. Agonizing wound. Okay. Which one are you aiming at?
So one of them's gotten its thing chopped off.
Yeah, the bottom one has gotten its taser stick chopped off. The
I
other
will
2.
target the middle one then.
Okay. What is the damage on your gun?
The damage on my gun. I'll learn to navigate the sheet eventually. It's under weapons, I assume. Or item. Or combat? Combat. The damage of my weapon is 9, with a critical of 3.
Ooh.
Holy shit.
So you managed to just flat out kill this thing. It just, you hit it right in its sensor, and it just sparks and lets out just this high-pitched beeping kind of squeal and just drops to the ground. That means that this one is going to be...
Hit or miss. I guess I never miss.
Why can't I just delete that one? I don't want it there anymore. Here we go. That works. So, these two. This one will still try to shock Kane again as it turns towards him fully, kind of floating over the top of its dead friend. Let's move that back here for now. And... Ooh. That's a tasty triumph. I'm going to upgrade your next roll if you end up having to roll again. So you're going to have an additional purple.
Damn it.
And then this one has no taser. So it's just going to try to headbutt you. Just back up about a good 6 inches and fly as fast as it can right towards your head.
An advanced droid technique.
That's the capstone for Galatea's tree. This droid's already got it.
And it's gonna hit, but it also gets a threat on that. So... You get 1 free maneuver to immediately use, but you will take 3 damage before soak.
I get a free maneuver?
Yes, you get a free maneuver.
Draw holster. Cover. I will assist. Actually, I'm going to do a guarded stance.
Okay.
Up my melee defense, and then I take 3 with soak to 1. 1 wound. Ouch.
Wars EotE.
You can go first if you'd like. MB.
Yeah. I'll move here and give him another assist.
Okay.
Yep.
Extra blue to you, Joe.
Oh, Joe, I have a
Thank you.
question.
Yeah.
What's your character's shoot. I needed to bring up my little cheat sheet here. Class and specialization.
He is a... Let me make sure that I get this right. Under character info. He is a... Species.
Did you not write it down, Joe?
No, it's here. I just don't know which part of the sheet it's on. Because I had it all written down. Yeah, I'm a sentinel, and my specialization is Shien expert.
Haynes suddenly looks up and wonders, what am I?
Can you spell CN? I don't know.
Shien expert. I'll type it in the
Okay.
Roll20 chat. So Shien
Thank you.
expert.
It sounds Chinese. Oh,
It's
no,
actually like Sabies.
Mm-hmm.
Force
Thank-
speeds.
A lot of the whatchamacallit, the lightsaber disciplines sound vaguely Japanese. So
Because
Okay.
they're all based off of, like, samurai, like, feudal Japan warfare and a lot of type of stuff.
yep.
Right. And
Like-
Kane is a gank, right?
No, Kane is a Mirialan.
Oh,
So he's like he's human but green.
And with tattoos, sick
With-
tattoos.
I actually don't have a lot of tattoos,
Oh right.
but yes.
Got a few.
thank you.
Iffy?
For my move, I am also going to do that. I'm also going to give I'm gonna give Gal a boost. I will use a maneuver to take out my little holdout pistol though.
Okay. So, that brings us to the top of the round. Kane, Gal.
I will shooty the non-tasered one. My Rudy,
So-
Tooty, Plankton, Shooty.
The one that doesn't have a taser, you said?
Or does. That
Does.
does have
Okay,
the
that
taser
one.
still. Yes.
And you get, remember, you get 2 blue if you're aiming, and then if he has now helped you, so it'll be 2.
Okay. Sheet and stubborn, please hold. Why is the sheet being stubborn? What the fuck? Hold up. It's not my sheet. Re-enter it because it stops right before ranged weaponry. No hit. So, I do get advantages still.
Mm-hmm.
Give an assist to Kane.
Joe, you're rolling
Hey.
with 3 blues.
I am going to fuck shit up.
Yes.
You have 2 assisted, so 2 blues automatically. And then you can choose to do another maneuver to give yourself a blue or do something else.
I'm still within reach of. Oh, where am I? I'm still within reach of one of them, so I don't need to move.
You're
and
within
I
reach
don't
of
think
both of them.
there's- Yeah. So I don't actually. There's not another maneuver that's better here, right?
You can aim as well for 3.
Yeah, that was the other thing. So it's like, okay, assist. I'll just use my other maneuver to aim, and this time I'm just going to add a blue rather than add 2 black.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go for
3
the
blue,
one that
2 purple.
3 blue, 2 purple. I'm gonna go for the one that headbutted me.
The one that you've already taken the taser off of.
Yes. Fuck this robot.
Oh, good
No!
What? What the fuck is that? What the fuck kind of roll is that? What is that? What is that? What are those?
You could do the target drops weapon they're wielding.
Lord. It's already gone.
Target is disabled.
I will say, with that many advantages, if you want to spend them all, you could call it a triumph for a single triumph.
I would be. Wait, can I use a light side point somehow
Upgrade.
to upgrade it? I don't know if that's something you can do post roll.
Upgrade just boosts your green to a yellow, which honestly just makes it more likely that you're going to get more advantages.
No. Then
Take the triumph for the damage, right?
Yeah, I'll take all of these advantages for the one triumph.
Okay, what are you wanting for it? Which one do you want?
I would rather just do damage.
I mean, there is the target is disabled instead of suffering wounds or strain.
Target is disabled instead of suffering wounds or strain.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, can act.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's fair. I'll do that one. That's probably better
Okay.
for a number of reasons.
So that one, you swing at it, and it kind of flies back a little bit, and is just kind of like, the fuck am I doing here? Has a mini existential crisis, and is stunned for a round, essentially. This one is still gonna try and shock you. And it misses. And it doesn't get any of that. Okay. Marcy?
I've been enjoying cheerleading, so I think I'll continue doing that.
Okay, back.
Assist.
Okay, assist. Do you want to just do 2 maneuvers and assist?
Yeah, that sounds great. Let's do that.
Hey, are you giving them both to Kane, or are you giving them splitting it up evenly?
I'm super cheerleader. Oh, I think I'll split it up.
Okay, so Marcy has given both of you a blue die. Iffy?
You know, I could shoot, but I kind of want to let Kane settle this grudge match. Like, they got heat. You know, it's been multiple nights going. There's talk of this going all the way to Mania. So, I will lose to Galatae again. You know what? I'll give her 2 boosts, because I'm not doing anything else.
Okay.
Oh, we going.
3 blues to Gal, 1 additional blue to Kane. Top the round.
I'm going to aim and shoot.
Okay.
So that's
4.
You got this.
Uh-huh. Which one are you shooting at?
The taser having person.
Okay, this one.
And then
9.
Target drops weapon that they are wielding as well.
Okay. So you essentially short circuit it for a round so it cannot use its taser. Kane?
So I've got 1 blue. Say what?
Come on, Kane, you got this.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
you got
I'll speak up.
1 assist blue and then whatever you want to get from your maneuver.
I am going to aim again for an extra blue. And I'm going to go after this headbutting one and hopefully hit it this time for damage. Yes!
Sure, you get advantage.
Yes!
What would you like to do?
Where is advantage on 3? Negate the defense bonuses until the end of round. Ignore environmental.
Actually,
Oh no, that's a triumph.
that one actually goes down, so you can spend it on the other one if you would like.
Hey! Then I will spend on that one to negate their defensive bonuses.
Okay. So they have no defensive bonus. This. And it does not have its taser this round, so guess what it's gonna do? It's gonna try and headbutt you. And it misses. It just flies right by. You are now prepared for headbutting, and you just step out of the way. And it does not land. And you can either choose you immediately perform 1 free maneuver, You get a blue on your next check.
I'll get a blue on my next check.
Okay. So you get an additional one. Marcy?
Same.
To each, one to each.
Yeah.
Okay, one blue to each.
You're both awesome. You're awesome and great.
Your
Keep
compliments
them
mean less because you're giving them out to both of us.
Iffy?
I'm gonna-
If he continues boosting Galatea.
3 to Gal. 1 to
You guys have got
Kane.
this.
Plus an additional
And
one because
this-
this one fucked up.
And this is to go even further beyond.
You did it! You did it!
And I will again make you drop this weapon.
Okay. Kane?
It's not dead. I'm going after it. I'm going in. I'm gonna use. I have a blue granted to me for the thing. I've got a blue granted to me from Marcy. I'm gonna give myself another blue and aim for the middle of it, where all of the important stuff is, and I'm gonna fucking hit it. Let's go. Yes.
And you cut it clean in half, and the
We
two
did it!
parts just fall to the ground.
We did it, guys! We did it! I'm so proud of us.
Yes. Yes. Good job. Good job.
Only minor injury comparatively.
How are your wounds, Kane?
I am at 1 wound, if I'm tracking correctly.
Mhm.
Okay, you're fine. Walk it off.
One
Move
wound and a
forward.
couple of strain.
Yep.
That were self-induced.
I'm good. I can go another round.
Perfect, because we're probably going to be going another round. Walks forward.
Maybe a couple.
So, you all start moving forward, and you see that the kind of sliding door towards the hallway, as you get closer and closer to it, you do see that. Let me get off of that section here. This.
Hey, Z, I'm gonna need to go now.
Okay. Can you stay around for like 5 minutes so I can finish explaining something really fast?
Sure.
Okay. So as you do move forward, you see that the sliding doors to the hallway beyond are closed. However, they are kind of bent and warped a little bit, as if something has forced its way from where you are through the doors into the hallway. And the doors have closed back, or attempted to close back. And as you step a little bit closer, and you kind of are quiet, you can hear the sounds of fighting beyond, but not blaster fire. It seems to be just genuine, kind of traditional fighting of some sort. And as you peek through, you do see a very large assassin droid
Oh
standing
shit!
in the hallway.
Oh shit!
And that is where we will end it.
All right.
Oh,
Bye-bye.
shit.
Thank you.
Later.
This is where